I'm just going to point at something in the book and then do the exam part. There are two findings in the book that are amazing. Sadly, I didn't get them myself. There are other people. One involves unconscious processes. Like, here's where Freud was not all wrong. There's a study described in the book in which people are asked to press a button whenever they would like and to indicate when they've decided to press a button now. Psychologists, by doing brain scanning, can predict when they're going to say, I've decided to press the button now, which means there's a set of brain activity that's triggering the behavior prior to people being consciously aware of the fact that they've made the decision. It's possible to identify, in other words, non-conscious brain activity that's related to behavior, which is the kind of thing Freud was thinking about, though, of course, he had no brain scanner. Secondly, the beginning of the book asks you to think about what your personality is like and describe it. By the time you hit, not the beginning of the book, the beginning of the chapter, by the time you hit the end of the chapter, there's a study in which people do that same thing while in a brain scanner. There's a very distinctive, happens to be right in the middle, region of brain that's active when people think about their own qualities. The caption actually says, well, when you did the exercise at the beginning, if only you had been in a brain scanner, that part of your brain would have been more active than some previous time when you were just doing math problems or reading text messages. Something that's happened, of course, at your, quote, age, if I may say so, you take it for granted. 20 years ago, the brain studies were really boring. It was like a rat is hungry, and the hungry rat's brain is active here. Now the studies are interesting, where you can actually do a brain science of the personality stuff. We'll have more of that throughout the class. But these two findings are in the book just as an example of where neuroscience and personality happens to be today, whereas 10 years ago, there was no neuroscience and personality. This is clearly the major advance area in the field.